There's no question the housing market is heating up fast and has a lot of people considering buying a new home. Many of them were thinking about buying last year but decided to wait when mortgage rates more than doubled. Now that rates are coming back down, those same buyers are facing a decision to buy now or continue to wait. So to help you make that decision, I'm going to share with you the one question, the best question that you need to ask right now if you are considering buying a home. So stick with me for a second and we'll get right to it. Happy Wednesday, everybody. It's Brian Simmons here with eXp Realty in Southern Oregon. It's February 1st already. We have 1 month of 2023 officially in the history books. If you could do me a quick favor and just click the like button, hit the subscribe icon, and share this video with anybody you know looking to buy or sell real estate in Southern Oregon, I'd really appreciate that. Now, before I share that one question you need to ask if you're considering buying a home, let me quickly share what's going on with the local housing market today. Looking at Jackson and Josephine counties of Southern Oregon, we have 808 active single-family residential listings on the market today between the two counties. 78 new listings hit the market in the last week. 61 price changes. 23 came back on the market. 86 went pending. 40 closed. And 43 went either expired, withdrawn, or canceled, coming off the market for some reason other than being sold. And that brings us to about 20 weeks worth of inventory if we were to look at just a snapshot of the 1 week. That number of closed transactions is going to start to increase significantly over the next month, okay? It's low now because about a month ago was Christmas, right? And there wasn't a lot going into escrow around Christmas, thankfully. People were spending time with their families and having fun and doing all that kind of stuff, not buying houses. That's okay. We saw pending transactions increase quickly all month to where we're now seeing more than double the number of pending transactions per week than we were seeing at the end of December. So a lot of buying activity is happening and it's picking up significantly. Okay, and it's all expected this time of the year, and I do expect to see those trends continue as we get into more and more of the kind of thick of the busy spring buying season. So now, if you are one of those folks who are considering buying a home, that one question, the best question that you need to ask yourself right now is a question that you need to direct towards yourself, and that is, would I rather pay now or pay later? Well, what do I mean by that? What I mean is mortgage rates are coming down, but home values are going up, okay? So would you rather pay now when home prices are lower and mortgage rates are a little higher, or pay later when rates are a little lower and home values are a little higher, okay? Let me show you an example of how that could work out. Okay, so if we're looking at this chart and we were to look at rates and say, let's say rates are coming down, okay? Just like that, right? And let's say they're at, they went from 7, and let's say this down here is 5%, okay? So if rates are coming down like that, home values, on the other hand, let's make home values green. They kind of like went along, came up, and then kind of came down a little bit through the winter, and now they're coming back up as we go into spring, okay? Now, here's the question you need to ask yourself is, first off, where are we in this curve? I don't think we're here by any means. We're probably somewhere in this range where we're coming up, okay? And so what you need to think about is right now, if you were to buy right now, right here, let's say rates are 6% and your home value is, let's call it 400 just for simple math. So 6% with 400K is a mortgage of about $23.98, okay, and that's before taxes and insurance and all that kind of stuff, okay. So just keep that in mind. All right, if you were to, and that's if you were to buy now at let's call it 6%, all right. If you were to wait though and say, you know what, I'm going to wait till these rates come down even lower towards 5%, and at that point the home value, let's call it 450, and we're just going to use even numbers, okay? Nice simple math, and 5%. Okay, if you wait till this scenario from 6% to 5%, and home values come up from 400 to 450, well, in that scenario, your mortgage rate or your mortgage payment would be 24.16. Again, before insurance and taxes. So your payment's actually higher. Okay, you have a lower rate, but your payment's higher. Now here's what's cool about this. If you do this 6% And let's say you buy now, and you then see rates come down to 5, and you're like, you know what, I want to refinance. Well, great. Number one, you have $50,000 in equity just right out of the gate because of the gains you've made in that amount of time. So that's a $50,000 win. Okay. And you could refinance and your mortgage would come down to 2147, and that's at the 5%. Okay. 400K at a 5% rate is 2147, again, without insurance or taxes. So you could really set yourself up for the best case scenario, having $50,000 in equity and a lower payment if you were to do this now and just refinance when rates come back down. I think it's important to say that I don't know if there's a right answer here, but I do believe that there's a smarter financial decision with more potential upside, and that's to buy when the home value is lower. And the reason is because you can simply refinance, like I showed you, when rates come back down. Okay, so you can essentially have your cake and eat it too. And of course, it's important to note that the numbers that we use in that scenario are completely arbitrary, right? Like from 400 to 450, it could be more than that, it could be less than that. If rates go from 6 to 5, it could go to 4.5, it could go less than that. We don't know. Okay. The obvious risk, though, is that if rates don't come down and instead they were to go up, right? I don't think that's much of a risk at all. But if we were to just entertain that possibility and look at that scenario, okay? So if rates are at 6% today and they go to 7, let's say, then you locked in a rate today that's better than you could get in the future. And that's obviously a very good thing. So it's a win in that scenario, or it's a win if you could refinance into a lower rate. On the other side of the coin, if you were convinced to wait by your friends, cousins, neighbor who inherited a rental property and now tells everyone they're a real estate investor, they somehow convinced you that you need to wait until these rates come down before you buy. If you're there, it's really important to know what will happen when those rates come down, okay? And this is something I've explained several times before, that when rates come down, more buyers want to buy. And what does more competition cause? It causes home values to go up, and you'll be paying more, you'll be paying a higher price for the same house. So if you wait for rates to go to 5%, let's say, then you have to expect that you're going to be paying a higher price than you would today for the same house. Okay, that's what will happen. And don't make the mistake of letting your friends, cousins, investor buddy tell you that you can just find a good deal when that time comes, or that you'll just lowball somebody, or they're crazy, the prices are inflated. The prices are what they are, right? That's determined by the market, by what a willing buyer is willing to pay and a willing seller is willing to accept, okay? It doesn't matter what your perception of that is, right? Like, the value is what somebody's willing to pay. If I were advising my friends and family and clients on what to do in this scenario, I would make sure that they just ask themselves that one question. Would you rather pay now with a possibility of refinancing into a lower rate and a much higher potential upside, or pay later when home values are higher and there's more competition and all that stuff going on? So if you'd like to talk through this, I'd be more than happy to chat with you and help you make the best decision for yourself, given all the specifics of your situation. Obviously, the examples we ran through are very simplified. So let's talk about the specifics of your situation and help you make the best decision. Just give me a call, shoot me a text at 541-954-7758, and I'd be more than happy to chat with you. I hope you found this information helpful. And again, if you're looking to do some house hunting or curious what your home's worth, just reach out. Check out my website, buyingsouthernoregon.com. Don't forget to click the like button, hit the subscribe icon, and share this video with anybody you know looking to buy or sell real estate in Southern Oregon. Hope you have a great week, and we'll see you next week.